Yeah, happy to be here. My name is Gordian Braun. I'm head of growth at Clevershuttle. Clevershuttle is Germany's only and leading ride-sharing platform, but most importantly, and that's why I'm here, it's fully electric, fully CO2 neutral. Normally, I'd like just to pitch whatever I pitch here on these events, but this morning I had a special experience, and I think I might improvise a little bit and would just talk about this experience. This morning at 3 a.m., I left my home in Berlin to come to this event. And not surprisingly, I made it. You can see that. But I arrived here at 10 a.m. That's 7 hours. Well, you might say, well, that's a travel, you have to take a flight and so on. But it's actually not. The flight just takes 1.5 hours. That means somewhere on the way, I lost 5 hours. Where was that? Well, from my door, to the airport, and then from the airport here in London to this event. And normally this is the slide that we're showing to make sure that everyone understands that existing modes of mobility are highly inconvenient and not really working out. But this example is even better, I think, because I lost 2/3 of my whole journey just traveling from A to B because this doesn't work out. And this is what we all experience every single day. Doesn't matter if by public transport or by car. By car, we spend on average 28 hours a year in inner city traffic jams. We lose 9 minutes per trip just to look for parking. And in public transport, yeah, we know this from every day. It's crowded. We have to change trains. We have to walk to the train when it's raining. And so what's the result? Well, 53% of all people look for alternative ways to get from A to B. And this is exactly what Clevershuttle is doing. With our service, you download an app, you type in where you want to go, you get a fixed price, and then you get picked up from a driver. The special thing about this is, and this is what we hear most, well, I know this, there's another company that starts with a big U. No, it's different. We provide the full value chain. All of our vehicles are fully electric. Sometimes they're hydrogen cars. And we employ the drivers. That's very different to, especially the recent movements we heard here in London, where this competitive company, lost the license due to not employing the drivers, but pretending to do so. Well, you get picked up, you get CO2 friendly neutral from A to B, and you're happy because all these pain points are solved. Well, how does that fit into new and renewable energy? This is what this chart here shows. We've been growing 1,400% in the last 18 months. Currently, we're on track for a 700% per year growth rate, and right now about 20 to 25% per month. What's really important, though, is what we can see here on the right-hand side where it says gross profit margin. If you compare us to big competitors, you will see that our gross profit margin is already, even though we're way smaller, way bigger. And this is the 34% that we have here. We achieve in very peak hours, a turnover of 40 euros per hour. That's compared to Berlin standards, 16 euros per taxi per hour, more than double that. Yeah, and we have an occupation about 65% of the time versus 27% of taxi companies. Well, in the end, we already outperform taxi companies, but we also do outperform our competition in other markets. What's so important about this is that this model is scalable. Even though we do own the models, car models and the drivers, we franchise these models. That means local partners are ready to operate these services in their local town under our brand. That means we provide the platform, we provide the franchising expertise and the operations know-how, and they provide the overhead costs that are related to scaling a business in these cities. Right now, we are operating in 4 cities, planning to operate by the end of 2018 in at least 15 cities more in Germany. And then there are also smaller cities. Some cities are just wondering how they could operate such a service. They might not be our target group because they're too small, but they're still losing revenue on their side when it comes to public transport. For these cases, we white label our existing model and give them the opportunity to basically make a duplicate of our service to launch that in smaller scale cities. We are currently raising a 9 million euro Series B round, mostly used for expansion and growth for this franchise and B2B white label model, but also for organic expansion when it comes to opening small and big scale cities to learn. because we wouldn't be there where we are today without having opened these cities. In the end, we have to say we are on track to grow massively in the 18 months, and we need strong partners. One of them, the Bloomberg slide, was not accurate. Daimler is also our investor. We didn't find that on the slide, but we would also like to have you guys on board. Thanks.